That's sick.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Today we got everyone's favorite cranker, Gootz, out on the lanes, reviewing the brand new Violent Collision. The original Collision was a hybrid, the Brutal Collision was the solid, and the Violent Collision here is the Pearl. So being the Pearl, obviously it's gonna have the longest and the sharpest motion out of the three. So if you like the original Collision or the Brutal Collision, this might be a good ball for you. Today, Gootz will be comparing it to the Quantum Evo Response. It's currently his favorite asymmetric Pearl, and knowing Gootz, he likes to get way left with it, stand in front of the ball return, maybe a little bit of loft, and really make these balls turn. We're bowling on a little bit of a longer pattern today with more volume, so it can handle a little bit of Gootz's rev rate. And from what I hear, he's really excited to test these balls out across a bunch of different parts of the lane, maybe even imitate a few of us. That's it from me. Send it over to Gootz on the lanes.
Yo, Gootz is back. I'm throwing the new DV8 Violent Collision. I'm gonna play a little bit of everywhere today. I'm gonna try and mimic everyone on JR Pro Shop. So first of all, I'm gonna go with the lowest rev rate player with probably like 10 revs. His name is Simu. You guys probably heard of him. So anyways, you probably saw me on TikTok do this a couple times. I'm gonna play a little straighter. I'm gonna play up 8 with really less revs. There we go. Ball's pretty good when I throw it straight. This might be a good ball for strokers, for people who throw straighter, especially on something like this. We are bowling on 42 feet. It's still pretty fresh, and once it gets to the end of the pattern, it really just sails in. That was a little bit of a Simu reaction. Let's add a little bit more revs, maybe like a righty version of Ryan. So, I'm gonna move in a little bit. Gonna stand at 22, add a little bit more spin and loft. I had a lot more back end than I thought. And I'm not like Ryan, I don't play up 5. I'm gonna get it out to 5 now. So let's get this ball started at 12, hit 5, and let's see this puppy roll. My imitation of the Barker. Is that like Barker? Ooh, that was pretty sick though. That kind of looked like a lefty shot. I'm just kidding. But that was a really good shot from my hand. I did give it a little bit of air time to get down the lane, and it really kept its energy until the very end of the pattern. I really missed out there, but wow, this ball is violent. This next person does like to play a little deeper, not as deep as me, but he's the king of this channel, Jordan Jungle. So I don't really bowl like him, I can imitate. I'm gonna play that comfort zone at 30, get it out to about 15 to 5, and let this ball roll. That ball's sick, amazing. You know, all these forms that I'm doing don't even look like them. I'm just trying to play their lines, trying to imitate what the ball can do. I wish I could throw it left-handed, maybe later on, you never know. So that was a good shot as I keep progressing left. And I feel like every time I get it to that spot, it really just wants to come back. Let's move a little bit more, give a little bit more roll, and copy Jacob. So Jacob is a lot more rev dominant than all of us. He and I play pretty similar lines. So now I'm gonna stand at 35 to about 18 to 5. Oh, missed a little bit. Wow, that was violent. That was pretty crazy back in reaction. I really got around that ball a little bit more. And once it hits that dry spot, it really took off. With that being said, maybe you can add a little bit more speed. Let's get to the same spot, more speed, and let's see what happens. There we go. Ooh, that's sick. What a great ball. What violent reaction I'm getting. So you guys saw me throw that Violent Collision, violently going off the back. But I'm gonna compare it today with the Evo Response. Honestly, they're both the same layout, so we're gonna expect probably similar shapes. This ball might be a little cleaner, maybe less back end, but I'm gonna play at that comfort zone, and away we go. Hook, baby. Ooh, that's lots of hook. I did throw it a little slower, kind of caught more off the back. So let's throw a better shot. I got to the spot, but now we know that ball's a little sharper. These are two very strong balls with two very strong names. One has response and one's violent. Okay, let's throw a good one here. There we go. Amazing. So that was a great shot. As you can see there, once it got to the end of the pattern, it really had more of a delayed reaction compared to the Violent Collision. Violent Collision was a little earlier, but gave me that smoother shape. But the response really got through it, through the break point, but more violent off the back, almost leaving me a 7-10. Luckily, it had enough energy to give me those messengers. What a response. All right, question time with Gootz. So you saw me mimic those lines. You saw me copy Simu, Jimu, Barker, and Jungle. And I did a little bit of it myself. Question for you guys is, who do you bowl like? Do you bowl like me? Do you bowl like Simu with no revs? Let us know and comment down below. So you saw what the Evo was doing there. We were copying Jimu's line, but now let's go to the Gootz special. Where do I stand? Always in front of the ball return. There we go. Ooh. A lot of back-end reaction, really got around that ball. That was pretty sick. I could probably keep moving left from there, and I probably will. Just want to see what this ball can do and what its capabilities of. Once we figure it out, let's move back right, throw it normally, really let the ball show its true nature. Control tower, this is Air Gootz, about to go. Not that far. That was so sick. Wow, what an amazing reaction. That was so violent. I wonder if the Evo Response can do that. So you saw that with a Violent Collision. Let's try and do that with the Evo. Uh-oh. Oh, the machine hit it, but that was so sick. All right, let's take it back to the shop. So today I threw the new Violent Collision and I compared it with the Quantum Evo Response. Honestly, these two balls both have really crazy back-end reactions. Today I want to see the versatility of the Violent Collision. As you can see, I was throwing it a little straighter, throwing it like Simu for a little bit, and then as a couple shots in, I started moving left. So honestly, a couple good things about this ball. It really gets through the heads nicely. When I get to the end of the pattern, I really get that nice back-end reaction that DV8 is really known for. When I was playing straighter with the ball, gave me a good look where I can actually play 8 board to 5 and not really worry too much about missing in. And even if I did miss in, the ball really held its line. As I progressively kept moving left though, this ball really took that corner. And when I really got it out to 5, man, that ball just came back. And as I keep moving left, that ball just got more even violent. So when it gets really cliffy and you get that over-under reaction, I honestly found this ball really predictable. I would get this ball further out from the break point, so instead of hitting 8, I would be hitting 5, and the ball would just come screaming back and roll into the pocket nicely. So as you see on the lanes, I did try to mimic the boys. I tried to copy Jimu, Simu, Barker, Jungle, and then I did myself. And honestly, this ball was so versatile that I think any of those styles will really like it. I know I couldn't really copy Ryan just because I didn't throw it left-handed, but with someone with a similar play who's like a tweener or has that little loft in the beginning, this ball will get through the front still and really recover from the back. Also, the other thing with this ball, once it started to burn up a little bit, or when I started to create that area and I started moving left, it didn't lose its energy. Like, I was in front of the ball return at one point, and when it hit the pins, I got some crazy messengers. It was crazy, so violent. So one thing I noticed of the two, the Violent Collision got in a roll sooner than the Evo Response. With that being said, when it really got to the end of the pattern, this one skid past the break point. As you can see a couple shots in, this one rolled a lot earlier, but really read that transition nicely. And that's mainly to do with the RG of this ball. So really good ball to transition with, really like it. This ball will probably be coming with me. If you like the solid, you'll probably like this one as well. That's the end of these two balls. Anyways, do you guys like my jersey? If you do, check out shop.bufabowling.com to get some sick apparel and whatever else you guys need. And don't forget to use the code JungleBarks to get 10% off. Also, don't forget to answer my question, who do you bowl like out of all these boys? Anyways, comment down below. I'll see you guys later. Hook, baby. There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Wow. Is that like marker? Oh, missed a little bit. There we go. Money. There we go. Not that far.